Okay, as you can see here, we have a circuit. We have some constants, 3 and 3. What we have here is two counters that are currently disabled. This input is the enable, and currently it is off. We have a clock running, and we have basically the idea that with these two counters, one is the horizontal counter and one is the vertical counter. And in this structure, we count up to the constant, in this case a 3, and then the count rolls over to the vertical counter. In this context, what we're trying to do is develop the beginnings of what will be a raster scan. And this is something that's required in order to generate a video display, whether that be on an old-fashioned CRT or a modern LCD. Both of these devices use a mechanism by which we scan out lines horizontally from left to right and vertically from top to bottom in order to build a frame. In order to do that efficiently, we use counters to signal 1 to keep count, and 2 to signal when we are going to make changes to the output signals, horizontal sync, vertical sync, the active portion of the display, and ultimately accessing memory to retrieve pixels and put them into a pipeline to display them on the panel. This being the first step, we're just interested in making sure our counters are doing the right thing. So I'll go ahead and point out we have here the comparators that are doing a test on equal for the maximum count. We're limiting the count just so it doesn't take very long. And in both cases, it's set to 3, and we can see that we're passing 3 to both of these. Nothing's happening over here because we have not enabled the count process. So now we'll enable it. Count enabled, and we watch over here and see the counts. And as one counts over, it resets. We can see that the signal is passed on to clear, and we have to add an AND gate here because in order to get a proper count, we need to use the previous counter as the clock for the next, or for the enable for the next counter. We still use the master clock so that we don't get what's known as ripple counting. We want a synchronous counter here. We don't want to lose counts. There's a different type of counter where if we don't care about the exact time that the count changes, we can just let it cascade. In this case, we don't do that. We're using synchronous, so they're both synchronously counted. You can see this, that the clocks are driven both by the source clock, and then the intermediate activity is driven through the results of the comparators. That's about the size of it.